Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO8 Local News. Unofficial election results show that Boone County voters overwhelmingly approved the 0.25% jail sales tax on Tuesday. 1,783 people voted for the tax extension, while 684 voted against it. The renewal of the sales tax was even more decisive when the tax was first passed in 2006, when a margin of 58% in favor and 42% against. The sales tax generates about $1.2 million a year, and revenue is just over the amount needed to operate the jail. Voter turnout was about 10% for the entire election. Tuesday night's results are unofficial and won't be certified until the Boone County Election Commission meets on Thursday. Michaela Mink of Gassville, one of 3 people charged in the death of an elderly Midway couple in early November of last year, entered a guilty plea to reduce charges included aggravated residential burglary and theft by receiving, and was sentenced to 20 years in the Arkansas Department of Correction, to be followed by 15 years probation by Baxter County Circuit Court Judge Gordon Webb on Tuesday. She had initially been facing more serious charges, including 2 counts of capital murder and arson. As Judge Webb read from the plea agreement, it became apparent that Mink had played a much less active role in the event that had her and 2 male companions. The language of the plea agreement indicates that Mink had only dropped Nicholas Roos and Zach Graham off in the vicinity of the Rice home and then left the scene to attend a funeral. Mink agreed that she knew that there was a plan to commit a residential burglary, but told the court she had no knowledge that the 2 males had any intention of killing the Rice couple. 3 filings for municipal positions in the November election were made in Baxter County Tuesday. 5 reported in Marion County as well. Incumbent Don Webb filed for the Ward 3 Position 2 seat he holds on the Mountain Home City Council. Wayne Alexander, an incumbent, filed for his Ward 3 Position 2 seat on the Cotter City Council, and in Lakeview, Carl Hill filed for the Ward 2 Position 1 seat on the City Council. 4 incumbents from Yellville filed in Marion County. Melissa Mansfield filed for re-election to her position as City Clerk. Laura Goodwin filed for her Ward 2 Position 2 seat she holds on the City Council. Vicki Fogarty filed for re-election to her Ward 1 Position 2 seat, and Leighton Lee filed for the Ward 1 Position 1 seat he holds on the City Council. In Payette, Billy Harris filed for a seat on the City Council. The filing period ends at noon on Friday, August the 19th. Tyson Foods of Springdale, Arkansas has reported third quarter net income of $484 million, which is up 41% from the same period last quarter, and raised estimates for the fiscal year amid strong performance across its divisions. Quarterly revenue was $9.4 billion, down 7% from $10.1 billion in the same quarter of last year. For fiscal 2017, the company expects sales to rise 1% as volume increases. The Friday through Sunday, Carroll County will be hosting the 6th annual Eureka Sports Festival. The 3-day event includes a sprint triathlon held Friday afternoon at the Holiday Island, and bicycle rides and races on Saturday, and 5K, 10K, and 1-mile family fun run walk in Eureka Springs will be on Sunday morning. On Saturday, bicycle riders will take to the public highways, and drivers in the area need to be cautious of those bicyclers. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region as TKO8 News continues.
Saving you money is what they do best at Edwards Grocery, and this week's specials really do that. Selected varieties, Michelinas or Zappas frozen entrees, only 79 cents. Whole fryers, only 79 cents per pound. USDA ground beef, only $1.59 per pound of the family pack. Extra large seedless California green or red grapes, only 99 cents per pound. And Best Choice hardwood or mesquite charcoal briquettes, only $3.99 in the 20-pound bag.
Edwards Grocery Station Money.
North Arkansas College cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Ark tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Ark cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
2 law enforcement officers have been shot in Sebastian County, according to Philip Peavis with the Sheriff's Department. The Sebastian County Sheriff's Department identified the suspect as Billy Jones of Greenwood. Authorities say Jones shot Hackett police chief and deputy in Sebastian County. Authorities say Jones had barricaded himself inside a home following the shooting and has since been taken into custody. According to reports, the shooting happened just outside of Hackett. A Hackett police officer suffered superficial wounds during the shooting, but the condition of the sheriff's deputy who was shot was unknown as of news time. Police have declined further information, only saying the officers were shot while responding to an unspecified call for service that morning. Authorities say one person was killed after a crop duster crashed in northeast Arkansas. Cross County Sheriff J.R. Smith says the crash happened Monday afternoon near Hickory Ridge. Smith says that 61-year-old Michael Barrett of Hickory Ridge died in that crash. Smith says Barrett was flying the plane and hit a power line before the crash occurred. The Federal Aviation Administration will investigate that crash. A federal judge says a student in Jacksonville cannot transfer into the Cabot School District because the new Jacksonville North Pulaski School District has claimed an exemption from the state school choice law. U.S. District Judge Bryce Marshall's ruling reverses a State Board of Education decision last month that permitted the transfer. Marshall said the state board must respect the wishes of the Jackson, North Pulaski, and Pulaski County Special School Districts to not participate in the school choice law. The state law provides an exemption if student transfers, but and puts the district in conflict with a federal court desegregation order or plan. The Children's Research Institute says it will create a center for the study of childhood obesity thanks to a $9.4 million grant from the National Institutes of Health. The grant will create the ACRI Center for Childhood Obesity and Prevention and will support its creation and operation for the next 5 years. The new center will be led by Judith Weber. She and her colleagues will work to better understand the origins of childhood obesity and develop intervention aimed at prevention and reducing complications associated with obesity. The Arkansas Center for Health Improvement said nearly 39% of Arkansas children are considered overweight or obese. The center's goal is to reduce the rate significantly over the next 5 to 10 years. Well, Walmart has agreed to buy fast-growing online retail newcomer, Jet.com, which has launched with a splash a year ago when it announced its intentions to challenge online leader Amazon.com. Walmart is paying $3 billion in cash and another $300 million in stock options. The deal underscores how serious Walmart is about igniting its online business, which has been slowly, even as it has been making big investments in new distribution centers and expanding its services. Buying Jet.com will let Walmart compete more effectively with Amazon.com and other online retailers. The acquisition is expected to close this year upon regulatory approval. Before we take a look at the changing weather forecast as we move on through the work week, here's the way the stock market ended today.
Well, howdy, folks. Brewster the Rooster here from the Chicken House. I want to tell you about some great specials we've got just for you. On Saturdays, you can save 10% off any of our menu items, and on Sundays, we bump it up to 20%. And to keep it interesting, every Monday through Friday, we offer up a special deal of the day that you can only find out when you stop by the Chicken House on Highway 65 North in Harrison. Come on by and enjoy the Cajun-infused flavor in every bite of crispy, crunchy chicken at the Chicken House in Harrison.
Well, if you haven't enjoyed this hot and steamy weather we've had over the last few days, and looks like we'll have for at least a couple of more, get ready for the weekend. We're going to have temperatures that are more fall-like, if you will, not for the middle part of August. Here's the way it looks as we move on through the work week. Tomorrow, about like today in the viewing area. Today, 92 degrees, humidity about 50%, so it felt like about 97 degrees with the heat index out there this afternoon. Pretty muggy day out there with the humidity. Tomorrow, about the same, partly cloudy skies, isolated thunderstorms perhaps in the afternoon, and 92 degrees and the humidity about like today. Then on Friday, thunderstorms again in the forecast, 90 degrees in the afternoon, 80% chance of some of those scattered thunderstorms. But then a cold front's going to move in from the north and slide across the Central Plains on Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. And look what happens to the temperatures. On Saturday, 78 degrees for a daytime high, 100% chance of rainfall, 90% chance of rain on Sunday, and 74 degrees. And we kick off the work week on Monday. Scattered thunderstorms in the forecast, 76 degrees and about 60% chance that you might see a sprinkle or a thunderstorm move through. 70s is almost unheard of for August, but so has the moisture been for July and August so far, so it's been an unusual summer. This is just another facet of it, looks like. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO8 News continues.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Spring has already started at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. The ladies at Sisters have created some beautiful spring floral arrangements, and new home accent items are arriving daily. You'll also find a great selection of centerpieces, unique birdhouses, wall decor, and many other great gift items. Come by and check out the many Razorback items on display. From handcrafted metalware, dinnerware, serving pieces, tabletop items, and cooking utensils, Sisters has just the right item for any occasion. Catch the spring fever at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
And unbeatable comfort. Everything you need to chase memories and catch them. Find your Razor at Polaris.com.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison.
North North Arkansas College Cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Ark tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Ark cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Frank Swindell hit a 3-run home run in the third inning, leading the Northwest Arkansas Naturals to a 4-1 victory over the Corpus Christi Hooks on Tuesday afternoon. The home run by Swindell scored Corey Tops and Alfredo Escobar to give the Naturals a 3-0 lead. After Arkansas added a run in the fifth on a double by Topes, the Hooks cut into the deficit in the seventh inning when Nick Talla scored a double play. Northwest Arkansas right-hander Yenda Carrello picked up a quality start, and the win will allow 1 run and 6 hits over 6 innings of play. Opposing starter Evan Grills took the loss in the Texas lead game after allowing 4 runs and 5 hits over 6 innings of play. Mark Peterson recorded his 8th save of the season. The University of Missouri says it has hired San Diego State's Jim Sterk as its new athletic director on a 7-year contract. He will be paid a base salary of $700,000 and will start no later than September 1st. Interim Chancellor Hank Foley said that Sterk was exactly what Missouri needs as it replaces Mack Rhodes, who left for Baylor University. Sterk has spent the past 6 years at San Diego State. Sterk was also the AD at Washington State and has held positions at Portland State, North Carolina, Maine, Seattle Pacific, and Tulane. Sterk was recently honored as the Athletic Director of the Year by the National Association of College Director of Athletics and was selected to the Division I Men's Basketball Committee. Well, the St. Louis Cardinals have placed Michael Wacha on the 15-day disabled list with shoulder inflammation a day after his latest start and purchased the contract of top prospect Alec Rios from AAA Memphis. To make room for Rios, catcher Brian Pena was transferred from the 15-day disabled list to the 60-day list. The 21-year-old Reyes started for the World Team at the Futures game during All-Star Week and is a 2-3 with a 4.96 ERA in 14 starts and 93 strikeouts in 65 innings of play. The start of his season was delayed by a 50-game suspension after testing positive for marijuana use. Todd Frazier hit a 3-run homer in the 10th inning, and Justin Morana had 4 hits to lift the Chicago White Sox over the Kansas City Royals 7-5 on Tuesday night. Frazier tied for the Major League lead with 31 homers, and his latest came on the first pitch from Kelvin Hira after a single by Jose Abreu and a double by Monica David Robinson, who blew a save in the 9th when Aquiles Escobar 2-out single scored pinch runner Jared Dyson. Dan Jennings struck out Eric Hosmer to end the game, logging his first career save. White Sox All-Star left-hander Chris Sale is 0-3 in 5 starts since a July 2nd victory over Houston. He gave up 3 runs and 7 hits in 2 innings, but did not allow a hit after that. He threw 115 pitches in 7 innings, striking out 7 and walking 1. Also from the White Sox, the team says they have put outfielder designated hitter Evalis Garcia on the disabled list with a right knee sprain. Garcia is hitting .240 with 11 doubles, 9 home runs, and 36 RBIs in 86 games played. The White Sox recalled outfielder Jason Coates, who is hitting .329 with a .390 on-base percentage in 65 games with AAA Charlotte. Coates went 2 for 22 with 1 double in 12 games and 2 previous stints this season with the White Sox. Well, that wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around our viewing area.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television.